Welcome back to Geek Week, and today I'm going to be doing my review of Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales. I'm going to be doing reviews based on 5 categories. 1. Characters. 2. Plot. 3. Look. 4. Sound. And 5. How much fun I had watching the movie. So first, let's start with characters. In general, I thought that the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise relies on its characters, especially Jack Sparrow, and in this movie, they definitely do well portraying the characters. Jack Sparrow definitely feels just like the other movies. He's funny, he's witty, and he's humorous. Javier Bardem as the new villain is excellent. I definitely enjoy him in this film. One of the signatures of the Pirates of the Caribbean films are their villains, and I think Javier Bardem as Captain Salazar is very good in this movie. Then the 2 main male and female lead roles are they're just fine, I guess. They're okay. They're not anything special, but they're not terrible either. And yeah, so characters, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. And now on to the plot. I think the plot wasn't as bad as some people thought it was. The plot was generally okay. I mean, it wasn't anything great, again. It wasn't as good as the first film, of course. But I think there were some key moments that were important to the plot and that helped the plot advance. I think the idea of Jack getting down on his luck is kind of a good idea for this film because a lot of people didn't want a 5th Pirates of the Caribbean film, so it kind of embodied that in Jack Sparrow's quest the entire movie. The fact that the franchise is getting tired out, and I think they kind of knew that themselves as they were making it. In general, the plot was pretty good. I would just give it a 3 out of 5, though. And the look of this film was amazing, as always. I mean, the Pirates of the Caribbean films, even if they might not have the best plots or characters, they definitely have very good visuals and sound effects, and the visuals for this movie were great. I think they definitely have come a long way from the first film. The first film was amazing visual effects, and it would be hard to top that, but I think this one does an excellent job, especially as the scene that looks like Moses' parting of the Red Sea. That scene looks amazing. The Captain Salazar's ghosts, they look great. They look just like the first film. And a lot of the effects in this movie are tremendous. It definitely looks very good. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. The signature music, of course, comes back in this film. That is definitely a high point of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, and it's in this film as well. Although I think they either overused it a little too much or they didn't do it to its full effect. It didn't sound as good as it did in the other Pirates of the Caribbean films. Maybe it's because it's the 5th film, and hearing the same music over and over isn't as exhilarating. I didn't get the same sort of excitement as I did for the other films hearing the music this time. It sounded great, of course, but it just wasn't the same effect as with the other films. So this one, I'll give it a 2 out of 5. And of course, Pirates of the Caribbean, the films are definitely fun to watch. Even if it's not the best movie of all time, they're definitely enjoyable, and I did enjoy myself at this film. There were some points when it was a little boring, and I didn't exactly love the action or the comedy. But overall, I had a fun time watching this movie, and I would recommend watching it. It's definitely very fun. Probably one of the more fun films in this franchise. Maybe not more than the first or the second, but definitely better than the third and fourth. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Alright, so overall, I'm going to add up all of the categories and then divide it by 5. And I got an overall 3.2 average. So that's basically, I'd say it's a good film, and watch it in theaters if you like the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. If you don't like Pirates of the Caribbean, I wouldn't say you have to watch it in theaters. You probably could just watch it when it comes out on DVD. But I would definitely go see it if you are a fan of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Okay, now I'm going to go on to the spoilery part of this review. Talk about any big plot points in the movie or any big reveals that were good or bad. I'd say one thing I definitely liked was Uncle Jack. In the movie, he was played by Paul McCartney. That was very nice throwback because in the last film, Jack's dad was played by Keith Richards, another famous musician. I like how they're continuing that. I also did like the end when Barbossa sacrificed himself to save his daughter. I didn't like exactly the father-daughter relationship there. That didn't really get built on. But when he sacrificed himself, I think it was an emotional moment. Not because for his daughter, but just because he was such a big character in the entire franchise and one that everyone loved. And that was definitely an emotional point, probably one of the few in this film. And then there is a post-credit scene where Davy Jones comes back and haunts Will Turner, and I like seeing that. I definitely like seeing it. It was cool, but I don't like it because it means there's probably going to be another Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I don't think they should do that. 5 is a good number. They should stick with 5. But 6 is just going to be too many. I mean, people are already tired of this one. The critics don't like it simply because it's a 5th film. A 6th film either won't do very well and definitely will not get very good critical reviews. I really hope they don't do a 6th film because that would tarnish the franchise. I think they're good where they are right now. So that's about it. Go see Pirates of the Caribbean if you like it, if you like Pirates of the Caribbean, and if not, definitely see it when it